I'm Karen. Thank you for joining today's class. This is the first in a 6-week postnatal yoga series. Today's class will be focusing on yoga for back, neck, and shoulders. The one prop you might need today is a belt or a strap. This class will really focusing on opening the chest, stretching out our shoulder muscles, stretching out the neck and upper back a little bit to provide some relief. You might be a bit sore or feeling tight from breastfeeding or feeding baby with a bottle, rocking baby, or even just carrying baby around a lot. And so this class will hopefully provide some relief for you, and we'll get started. Thank you so much for practicing.
We are going to begin flat on our backs today with our knees bent. Here we're really going to begin checking in with our breath. So find a comfortable position with your back against the ground. And as you begin to take an inhale breath, just notice your belly, notice your body. And exhale, do the same. Just really notice what's happening in your body. Don't try to adjust or change your breath. So we're going to take a few breaths here just to check in. And so if it feels good, you can kind of roll around on your spine a little, kind of moving your hips side to side. It feels good to kind of roll out that spine a little bit. Sometimes I like to lift my tailbone and lower back off the ground and then slowly lower it back down. And as we move into our next set of breathing, we're going to move our pelvis with that breath. So on your inhale, you're going to rock your tailbone down, making a small rainbow in the lumbar spine. And then on our exhale, we're going to roll our tailbone up towards the sky, but thinking about pressing your lumbar spine into the mat, bringing your navel, your belly button in towards your spine as you exhale. And then again on the inhale, tilting that pelvis down, rainbow. Exhaling, rolling that back down, lifting the tailbone up, pressing that belly button towards the spine. And as you begin to do that, on your inhale, think about softening the pelvic floor. And on your exhale, just thinking about engaging your pelvic floor slightly if that's possible. Just to start to notice those muscles again. So inhale, exhale, bring that belly button in, engage that pelvic floor. Inhale lets you soften. Really sync up with your breath here. Do 2 more. Inhale and exhale. So slowly roll over to your side as you sit up. And we're going to just do some gentle movements in our neck and back here. And so we're just going to take some neck circles. So drop your head down, circle towards your left ear towards your left shoulder, back, right ear towards right shoulder, left ear towards left shoulder, and just continue that direction. your crown of your head is back towards center, we're going to move the other direction. So dropping your left ear to your left shoulder. And then here we're going to, once we're back to center, we're going to take a moment just to drop your chin, just let your head hang, feel the back of your neck stretching. Breathe into the back of your neck. Let your next inhale bring you back to center and just gently bring your nose towards the ceiling. Breathing into those front throat muscles. Let your inhale bring you to center, and then this time we're going to bring our left ear towards our left shoulder, gently stretching the right side of our neck. Inhale brings you up to center. Exhale brings your right ear towards your right shoulder, stretching into those left neck muscles. Really breathe into that stretch. Inhale brings you back to center. We're going to inhale our arms up. Exhale, bring your right hand to your left knee. Gentle twist here. Sitting up nice and tall, crown of your head towards the ceiling. And using this opening time just to really connect with your breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist left hand towards right side of your knee. Lengthening through your spine, really breathing into that. And inhale brings you back up, and we're going to come into tabletop. So really setting up a strong foundation, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to take some gentle cat-cow movements here. So inhale, let your belly drop, head, crown of your head and tailbone up to the sky. And then exhale, roll out your spine, pressing through that belly button, really stretching through your spine. So take a few breaths to really sync up. Inhale, cow, and exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, roll out your spine, really press that belly button towards the back of your spine. Inhale. And exhale, roll that out. One more time. And from here, we're going to do thread the needle. So this is a really nice posture for your upper back and shoulders. So when you're ready from tabletop, you're going to inhale, bring your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, thread that under your left hand, rolling onto your right shoulder. And if it feels good, you can press your right ear into the mat and walk your left arm forward if that feels good, or you can keep your left arm slightly bent. And really breathe into that upper body here. You'll feel a nice stretch, and I'm sure these muscles are probably pretty tight from leaning over to hold or feed a baby. I'm going to walk our left fingertips back, bringing that right right hand back to plant on the mat and move into the other side. So we're going to inhale, lift our left arm up to the sky. Exhale, bring it under, thread it under your right hand, rolling onto your left shoulder, walking your right fingertips out if that feels good. And again, breathing into that upper back here. And when you're ready, walk those right fingertips back, and we're going to move into puppy posture. And puppy posture will almost give the same sensation in your upper back as thread the needle, but in both sides at the same time. So we're going to walk our hands forward, keeping your hips over your knees, letting your chest drop towards the mat, and if it feels good, you can rest your forehead on the mat as well. And again, really breathing into that upper back. And just let all that stress and tension built up in your shoulders and back melt away. Really breathing into your back. When you're ready from here, you're going to bring your hands back a little, stepping into your toes, kind of moving your knees back and forth, moving towards our first downward facing dog. Just take a couple moments just to feel how that feels in your body. You might not have practiced any sort of movement in a while, and so this might feel kind of stiff or things might be popping. So just notice how your body is. Then we're going to drop onto our knees, and from tabletop, we're going to move into our low lunge. So just from tabletop, bring your right leg forward in between your fingertips. And if it feels good, bring yourself up over center, noticing how your hips feel. Taking a breath here. Then on our exhale, we're going to exhale, bring our right toes towards the sky, heel pressed into the mat, kind of rolling back into that half splits. And you might feel quite a bit of tightness in your hips, or kind of in your inner groin muscles or your hamstring muscles as well. This stretch really helps with lower back tightness and pain as well. And we're going to roll forward back into our low lunge briefly to come back into tabletop. Then we're going to move into that on the other side. So this time bringing your left toes between your fingertips, bringing the crown of your head tall towards the sky, just noticing how your hips feel. Going to inhale. And let your next exhale roll those left toes towards the sky, coming in to that half splits and really feeling that stretch. Noticing your hamstring and hip muscles. Notice how they're doing. Really breathing into that, any tension or tightness. Gonna roll forward back into a low lunge. Coming back into tabletop briefly, and then walking our hips up, lifting our hips up, walking our toes out into another downward dog. So notice if that feels any different after kind of stretching out a tiny little bit here. And just let your feet walk towards your hands. Hanging forward in a forward fold, let everything roll off your neck and shoulders here. Gonna inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep your hands up to the sky. And exhale to heart center. Now we're going to take some time to really focus on stretching out our shoulders, upper back. So come into Desna mountain, just rolling your shoulders back and down, fingertips pointing down to the earth. Really feel grounded in your feet here. On your inhale, you're going to bring your arm around in front of you, extended, and kind of catch your forearm with your left hand or arm, and really stretching through that right shoulder. Then we're going to bring it up towards the sky and back down towards your bra strap or middle of your back, and then bringing your left fingers around and up to meet that hand. And we're just working to meet it. If your arms or fingers don't reach, that's totally fine. Mine are often pretty tight. And you can use a strap here. So grabbing onto the strap with your right hand, dropping it down your back, and then grabbing wherever feels good on the strap with your left hand. So this is a great one for posture, especially when you're hunched over a lot. Just breathing here. I'm going to let that go, move into the other side. So we're going to extend our left fingers towards the left side and then bringing it around, catching that arm with your right hand or arm, bringing that across your chest. Thinking about dropping your shoulders back and down to really feel that stretch. Then we're going to bring that left arm up and then dropping those fingers down towards your middle of your back and then bringing that elbow to the sky. And again, if you'd like to use a strap to bring your right fingertips closer to your left fingertips, that is totally great. Each side might feel a little bit different, so just breathe into what you notice. When you're done, let that go, and we're going to move into eagle arms. So first, we're going to take our right arm, swing it under our left so your elbow creases meet. Then you're just going to bend your elbows, bringing your hands up. You can stay like this. You could work towards bringing the backs of your hands to each other. Or if it feels good, you can wrap your hands, bringing your palms together. And really feeling that in your shoulders. And you can do a little movement here, bringing your palms a little up towards the sky, bringing them a little lower. You can hold it steady, whatever feels good. Really breathing into that shoulder. Going to unwind, let that go. Bring your hands to clasp behind your back. And on your inhale, let your arms stretch out, dropping your shoulders down, stretching out in that chest expansion. And exhale, let everything go. Now we're going to do that on the other side. So this time, swinging your left arm under your right arm, bringing your elbows, creases to touch, either staying here, working to bring the backs of your hands together, or wrapping around so your left hand on the inside of your right hand into a little wrap here. And again, you can find some gentle movement or just hold steady. Dropping those shoulders back and down. And on your next exhale, unwrap. Bring your palms behind your back, this time putting whichever thumb on top that feels kind of different. And inhale, extend your arms out, feeling that expansion in your chest. Exhale, let everything drop and just completely relax into that. So we're going to just bring our hands up overhead, inhaling, exhaling, forward fold. Notice how your body feels now after you stretched a bit. Going to inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Let everything roll off your neck and shoulders. As we lower our hips down to the mat, we're going to come into Desna, staff pose, so kind of move the fleshy part of your glutes out of the way so you can feel your hip bones grounding down, maybe a little bend in your knee here. We're going to inhale our arms up and exhale into gentle seated forward fold here. So really hinging from your hips and then letting everything roll from that. So you feel a really nice stretch here. From here, walk your hips forward to meet your heels, and we're going to roll down onto our backs. And again, kind of maybe feel some gentle movement in your spine, maybe wiggle it out a little bit. We're going to take an inhale breath, and then on our exhale, we're going to press our hips up towards the sky into a gentle bridge. So exhale, press your hips up towards the sky, maybe engaging your core a tiny little bit here. And inhale lets you drop back. Exhale lifts. And this is usually the opposite. So inhale, drop again. And this is usually the opposite of how we move with bridge. I often inhale into bridge, but this way we're kind of working on some engagement on the exhale to help restore those pelvic floor muscles. So just inhale and then exhale one more time. Press up. And inhale, softens you back down. So from here, either bring your arms to cactus arms, or you can bring them out straight like a T. Inhale, and then exhale, lower your knees over to the right side. Just feel a little stretch in your upper back. Let your next inhale bring your knees up and dropping them over to the other side. We're going to roll over onto our side one last time, pressing up so we can end in child's pose today. So really find comfort here. You can bring your big toes together, maybe bringing your knees wide, and then walking your chest down towards the mat, walking your fingertips out, resting your forehead on the mat. And if it feels good, you can also think about bringing your palms together and up over the back of your head and walking your elbows out, almost like you have a little shark fin. And this feels extra nice in the upper back and neck as well. So you might want to end here or spend a few minutes here. And again, breathing into the upper body. And if that becomes too much at any time, you can then drop your hands, palms back down towards the mat, or even bring your arms towards your sides, palms face up, and just relax here. So find what feels good for you today. And if you have that little shark fin, think about kind of walking your elbows forward a bit. So wherever you are, find your final resting posture. And we're going to take 5 breaths here. So just really connect with your breath. Enjoy these last few moments of the practice. And you can always take a few more breaths too. As you sit up and move into the rest of your day, really just remember that feeling of what it feels like to slow down, really notice your breathing, and carry that with you through your day if that feels good. So together we'll take one final collective breath. Inhale and exhale. Thank you so much for practicing, and take care.